CMC Communications Broadcasting, in proud association with CMCBroadcasting.com, is proud to bring you the state championships for League City Post 554. Some of the best teams in the state of Texas competing right here at Jim Mallory Baseball Field for the state championships in American Legion Baseball. The best kids around the state, and right now playing. Just getting underway at our 6 p.m. batter-up, League City Post 554 against Edinburgh, Texas. We're underway. Austin Adams led off and was hit by a pitch, an overthrow at first, found him trotting around the keystone to the hot corner.
Yeah, I think we're good, Mark.
Connected on. There's a long fly ball into center field. It'll be caught for out number 3, which backs me up to Jack Kelly, the number 2 hole batter, who struck out. Harrison Demicola grounded out to second, and now Jordan Gunter hit a screaming line drive to center and was retired on the F8 Express. Charles McCullough here with you, along with Paul Daly, as we're set to bring you some great baseball action. This is the state quarterfinal. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. we'll bring you state semifinal contest action, and the state final will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow, Friday evening. League City, Post 554. Taking the field now, and pitching is going to be Jason Jekyll out on the mound. Big, tall kid, strong right-hander. Looks like he probably goes about 6'2". Down behind the plate will be his battery mate, catcher Alec Lamar. Over at third is the pride of John Snyder Sr. and his grandfather, John Snyder. Over at third base, playing originally for the Santa Fe Indians right up until his senior year. He watched Santa Fe go a long way in the state baseball playoffs. Charles McCullough here with you.
Alec Lamar catching.
Too much crowd noise, talking into the mic.
Second base. And on the mound, Jason Jacob.
Along with Paul Daly, and we had a little bit of a threat of rain earlier on, but it looks like, according to Coach Ronnie Oliver for Post 554, we'll get this one in. I'll tell you, if you want to know the weather, don't trust the weather wizards on television. Talk to a coach rounding second on a tractor. They know what's going on. And we want to thank Chris Smith and my friend Colonel Richard Huntley of the United States Marine Corps, retired. And of course, you're never really retired. But I think it's a pretty cool beans that Richard Huntley is a Colonel of the United States Marine Corps, invited CMC to come out and broadcast the state championships, and of course Coach Ronnie Oliver, all making us feel right at home here at American Legion baseball action. By the way, Post 554 is dressed in scarlet red jerseys, kind of looks a little bit like the University of Nebraska baseball team, if you want to look at it that way, with white pantaloons and white shoulder striping. A very, very nice looking uniform ensemble for Edinburgh, Texas. We've got dark navy blue tops, black stockings, white pantaloons, and white numbers in trim. And stepping up to the plate now in the bottom of the first inning of play for Edinburgh Post 101 is going to be J.C. Flores. Plays center field, wearing number 11. And the first pitch is coming in off the mound. That's a strong fastball. I don't have a jugs gun up here, but I'd put that one at about 87. Good overhand, four-seam fastball. That's going to be a called strike one. 0-1. Here's the pitch. A little outside. I'll tell you what, Jacob looks like he's bringing it. He means business out there. 4th of July was a couple of weeks ago for Independence Day, but he's still got that holiday grill lit. Full windup. That's going to be strike 2, called 0-2. Jekyll's not wasting any time out there. Shrugs his shoulders, a 6'2" frame, and gets ready to offer in a hot burning coal. Full windup, connected on curveball, taken over at first, and an easy toe tag over at first base will retire the first baseman. Over at first, I should say. And that's, of course, going to be Harrison Danilo, the last toe tapper. Paul Daly looking at me like he's already got the infield lined up for me. I've got a little bit of an unconventional way of looking at the names and numbers. Pitch coming in to batter number 2 for Edinburgh Post 101. That's going to be Rudy Ibanez. He's the second baseman, wearing number 6. Edinburgh top 2-hole batters look like they go about 120 pounds soaking wet, but they hit 3 times their body weight. Next pitch comes in. Backs him up a little bit, brush backer. It'll be ball 2. 2-0 is the count. Well, it's an honor to be here at Mallory Baseball Field, the home of the Clear Creek Fighting Wildcats. And legendary coach Jim Mallory from back in the day. Next offering, a little bit outside for ball 3, and we have a crippled count. CMCBroadcasting.com. We podcast all of our games here. I can't believe in just a month it's going to be high school football season. My goodness, all the just for men in the world isn't helping me out. Here's the next pitch. That's going to be a called strike one in the up and out corner. Ibanez has yet to take a swing. He's got 3 balls and 1 strike. 4 pitches have come in. Jackal deals from the deck. Swung on and missed will be strike 2. Falls behind 3-0 and fills it back up now 3-2. Jekyll prepares the payoff pitch as we've already got 1 out. Next offering will be ball 4, and Ibanez gets the batter's payoff. And we now bring Carlos Morales to the plate.
Batting right fielder Carlos Morales.
Right fielder wearing number 4. 3-hole batter, getting into that Woodhull set of 3, 4, and 5 holes, is a little more stockily built. We have no score. We're just underway. This is the bottom of the first inning of play. Jekyll eyes the signals, and the pitch is coming in. That's a nice curveball. Just hooks a little bit low and out for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Post 554 is the visiting team in this evening's affair. The signals of 1-0 coming in. Upstairs will come ball 2. Jekyll's a fighter. He's out there, tends to fall behind, and then he'll fill it back up. Sometimes pitchers who operate like that, especially in their four-seam fastball herders like that, they like to challenge themselves. Whip, scorpion, stinger over the first out in time, but Ibanez just gets back to the bat. Mallory Field's a beautiful baseball yard. Generous foul ball territory behind right and left sides, all the way to the fence line, where we go 390 in dead red center. Connected on a screaming line drive right into the glove of Denicello, and my goodness, he's out of there. Wow. Now, usually they call the third baseman playing the hot corner, not this time, as Denicello caught that one and meant business. L3. Wow. That's as fine a play as I've seen played at first in a long time in any kind of coverage of high school baseball. So we've gone through 1 complete inning of play, and we've got no score. In American Legion baseball action, we have a 9-inning contest, and we're looking forward to bringing you some very good baseball action all day long. Thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen, including Captain Ram, Captain and Towing. Captain Russell Miller heads up the operation at 2805 Sugarwood Drive in League City. Phone 409-539-0780. I take this opportunity to thank our good friends at Battle Rifle Company at battleriflecompany.com. Battle Rifle Company, located in Webster, supplies all of the services to the Webster and League City and Pasadena police departments. That's pretty good going there. BattleRifleCompany.com. I thank Chris and all the staff out there for helping sponsor our broadcast this evening. Out on the mound for Edinburgh, beginning his second inning of work, is going to be Alex Canal. He wears number 27. He's a lefty. He's got a pretty good fastball, as he demonstrated in the first inning of play. Stepping up to the plate is the man, the legend, the myth. They call him the legend. And that's going to be Johnny Snyder.
Second inning, third baseman John Snyder.
Snyder is expert at hitting screaming line drives in his own right. From the Santa Fe Indian baseball team, playing for Coach Ronnie Wolf over there. Big, strong hitter. Batting in the 5-hole. And the first pitch coming in from the arm of Canal as a fastball inside, called strike one. 0-1 is the count. No score. We're in the top of the second inning of play. And the Lord will give us a nice evening, I think. Next pitch, stretch, it'll be down into the basement for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So far, no runs and no hits for either team. 1 throwing error on the part of Edinburgh in the last inning. But here comes the next offering. That's going to be a little bit south of Saskatoon for ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Crowd continuing to build a little bit. Remember, the state championships for American Legion started earlier this morning, extending all the way through tomorrow and all the way through Friday and Saturday if necessary. Chin scraper upstairs, a Gillette shaving moment for John Snyder. That'll be ball 3, however. 3 balls and 1 strike. Stepping back up into the box. Snyder in post 554. Here's the stretch. That'll be ball 4, and John will head down to first base with a free pass. So far, Canal's success against League City, post 554. A hit by pitch, a strikeout, threw a ground out to second, a pop out to center, and now he's issued a walk. But neither team has collected a base knock yet. Garrett Poston steps up to the plate. He's the shortstop, wearing number 14. Full windup, pivot, bunt stance into the infield, scoots up third. He may make it, and beats out a leg hit to first. Snyder heads down to second, and wow, Minnesota Fats could not have pulled cube one into the billiard green of the infield better than that. Wow, beating out a leg hit. That's the first base hit of the afternoon or the early evening. That's going to bring Cody Plowman to the plate, wearing number 17.
Now batting right fielder, Cody Plowman.
Stepping up to the plate, even batting stance. Plowman plays right field for post 554. The home base. We draw kids from all over: Texas City, Santa Fe, Clear Creek, Brook Springs, Falls Lake. And fine selection of youngsters indeed. Coached by Ronnie Wolf. And Plowman stepping back up into the box, waiting the first pitch. We have no score. Canal, eyes first, eyes second. Moving to the plate. Pivot bunt stance. Way up into the attic for a ball. 1-0 is the count. I mentioned we go 390 in dead red center here at Mallory Field with a big 15-foot monster out there. 300 even right down the sidelines and 325 in the power outlets. Next pitch, a little bit long outside for a ball. 2-0 is the count. Over at first, the League City post 554. That's Coach Danny Myers, Ronnie Oliver over at third. In the third base box. Here's the full windup. That'll be a called strike. One of the few called strikes so far thrown by Canal, who's trying to still get his groove. Post 554 won this morning 17-9 in an elimination game to play in this particular state quarterfinal offering right here. And here's the big kick. Well, calls time just in time for to declare that pitch a non-pitch. Willie Olivares is playing over at third for Edinburgh. Luis Ortega at short. J.C. Flores out at second. And Rudy Ibanez. And we've got Eric Vig out and left. And Carlos Morales over at first. Next pitch comes in down low will be a ball. 3-1 is the count. Post 554 threatening League City with Snyder out at the Keystone looking for a green light with no outs. Over at first is Garrett Poston. The next offering comes in. Pivot bunt stance, pop back. Little can of sweet peas. That'll be a foul poke. Fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Canal has his first payoff pitch in the making out on the mound. And Cody Plowman can plow the road too. I believe this young man is also from Santa Fe High School. And we saw some big bats take on teams ranging from College Station to Texas City in the regular season. Next pitch is going to be upstairs for ball 4, and now we've got a pitcher's worst nightmare when you have no outs, and that's the bases loaded. Because one of 6 things can happen, and none of them, and only one favors the pitcher.
Bases loaded brings up the catcher.
A pass ball brings in a run, a base hit brings in a run, a hit by pitch brings in a run, a walk brings in a run, anything hit to the outfield brings in a run. He needs a strikeout. So Canal better produce something here, or the League City 554 team is in danger of bringing in a run or 2 or 3. Here's the pitch down low for a ball. 1-0, we have no score so far, and League City, having scored 17 runs in the first game this morning, knows how to bring the Ducks in off the pond. 1-0, dealing from the deck, Canal, up into the attic for ball 2. 2-0 is the count. Heading out to the mound to confer with his pitcher is going to be J.P. Longoria. And at the plate for League City, Cody Plowman, or excuse me, Alec Lamar. The bases are loaded as Plowman had drawn a walk. Alec Lamar at the plate. He's the catcher for League City. Next pitch comes in. It's going to be low outside for a ball. 3-0. And Canal is in grave danger of bringing in run number 1 with one of those 6 deadlies we just talked about. A walk, a hit by pitch, a base hit, anything hit to the outfield, connected on. There's a sky needle. It's into the infield, and that's probably the one other thing that benefits the pitcher. It's an infield pop on bases loaded. We didn't mention that one. But anyway, Lamar pops out on a little F6 can of corn to short. And that will bring in, and that's a nice stop over there by Luis Ortega. That's short because
second baseman Dave Reyna.
That's one of the hardest catches to make, is one coming straight down from the heavens in the infield. That brings Dave Reyna to the plate. First pitch comes in. He's the catcher for League City. That's going to be, or excuse me, second baseman. First pitch will be strike 1 called, nothing in 1. Big kick. Inside past ball, and coming in will be Snyder, and that's one of the deadlies we told you about. On loaded base paths with no outs or 1 out, a passed ball will bring in a run. It just did. It's now 1-0 League City, and Reyna steps back into the box with a 1-ball, 1 strike hit. Resetting the table, and moving out the second will be Cody Plowman, and Garrett Poston posts up at the hot corner. Here's the pitch. Down into the center will come ball 2. 2-1 count. The runners remain in scoring position on second and third. Over at first, the bag is now open. Reyna awaits the 2-ball, 1 strike count. Offering from Canal. Big stretch. Connected on. There's another sky needle. This one going into center. And tagging up at third. And coming in. No, he will not. Did they nail him at second? As off base at second was Plowman. Center fielder, J.C. Flores, jugged an 8-4 gun to Ibanez. But Plowman is still safe, but not deciding to come in from third is Garrett Poston. So now we've got 2 away. And stepping up to the plate for League City.
Back to the top of the order with the left fielder, Austin Adams.
Will be Austin Adams, who reached for the hit by pitch in the first inning. He's a lefty, facing left-handed hurler Canal. Stretch and pitch coming in is going to be a called strike one. Charles McCulley here with you. Thank you for joining us. CMCBroadcasting.com. We're getting set for football season this fall. Of course, traditionally, we've been on KPRC Houston AM 950 and Sports Talk 790 KBME Houston. Working with Coach Ed Biles. We're all getting set for football season, 1 month away. I cannot believe it. Almost 1 month to the day. Big kick and pitch from Canal. That's another passed ball, but it bounces all the way back into the infield. So holding up at third will be Poston. Plowman's out at second. Both looking for green lights to advance. And at the plate is Austin Adams, beginning the second team bat around for League. This is the state championship tournament for American Legion All-Star Summer League high school baseball achievers. None are older than 19. Here's the pitch, swung on, and missed. Will be strike three. That's the second strikeout of the game produced by Canal, but it does produce the desired effect of stopping the bleeding, as League City is held to 1 run, 1 hit, and 2 men are left on board. We move now to the bottom of the second inning of play, and Edinburgh will bat up. There are 4, 5, and 6 holes, 1, 2, 3 spots this frame. It'll be shortstop Luis Ortega, third baseman Willie Oyavides, and first baseman E.J. Alanis. It's 1-0 Lake City. We thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen, and they include League City Postal, located right next door to Valerie Field in League City. League City Postal with Colonel Richard Nutley of the United States Marine Corps on 281-332-1889. We handle DHL, Federal Express, and every other kind of overnight or second day delivery. Coach Ronnie Wolf from Santa Fe Indians has just walked into us from the stadium. Pitch coming in, getting warmed up back out on the mound to commence his second inning of work is Jason Jekyll. Big right-handed early. Lake City leading 1-0. We also thank Advantage BMW Clear Lake on 281-557-7000, and my good friend Randy Stein, who is the dealer. Advantage BMW Clear Lake has the advantage of bringing you what was determined to be the best and most productive and customer satisfying BMW dealership in North America, that determined by BMW International headquarters in Munich, Germany. They determined that right here at 400 Gulf Freeway in Lake City, Texas, at Advantage BMW Clear Lake, we have the best BMW dealership in North America for 2014. Pretty good stuff. Okay, Luis Ortega steps up to the plate for his first plate appearance. Welcome to the bottom of the second inning. Here's the rock and pitch swinging. That's pasted foul over the right side. Strike one. 0-1 is the count. It's 1-0 League City. 1 run on 1 hit. Jacob out on the mound for League City. Big kick and a big stretch coming in. Passed ball. It'll be ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Just 1 month ago, we brought you the Bio Bowl football contest with high school all-stars. This is somewhat similar to that in terms of the attention paid to the best high school baseball players in the state. Connected on 2-3-4 Chopper to Reyna, 4-3 over to Dinicola at first, and that retires Ortega for out number 1. That'll bring Willie Oyavides to the plate, wearing number 7.
Brings up third baseman Willie Oyavides.
E.J. Alanis down in the hole, and rounding out the roster for Edinburgh, by the way, will be catcher J.P. Longoria and pitcher Alex Canal, and number 7, or rather I should say number 10, left fielder Eric Vega. First pitch coming in is a call, strike one to Willie Olivides.
I turned off your.
Next pitch comes in, connected on. That's a nice smack right up over the keystone and a 12 o'clock high seeing eye ground ball and the first base hit of the game for Edinburgh. Olivides will reach for the baseman.
Out brings up first baseman E.J. Ilanes.
That'll bring Alanis to the plate. First baseman wearing number 19. He'll bat up from the port side. Shift to shore nautical terms, you got it. Starboard side hurler out on the mound and a port side batter. Right to left. On board over at first is Olivides, who singles his way on board. Here's the rock. First pitch comes in on outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Well, the net effect of the cloud cover and a little bit of rain shower activity earlier in the day is it's a little bit cooler than it might be otherwise. Here's the 1-0. It's been getting pretty hot, as you might expect in July. Deep southeast Texas, 98, 95. It's in the 90s, in the shade too. Probably in the low 80s right now, getting down towards the 70s. Here's the 1-1 swinging, pasted back foul. It'll be strike two. 1-2 is the count so far. The line, 84 degrees right now. Not too bad. I didn't even have to wet my thumb and stick it up in the air. 1-2 is the count. Jekyll operating with a pretty good line. He's given up one base hit. Has yet to retire a youngster by strikeout. He's thrown a ground out to first, a line out to first, and a ground out to second to first. So a lot of action over there at first. He's given up one walk and one hit, but no runs. Here's the pitch. Check swing. No, ring-a-ding-ding. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stepping back up into the box. Edinburgh dressed in kind of a dark blue with a little bit of camouflage effect to it. Jersey. Swinging, that's pasted foul over the left side. And white pants. League City with scarlet red tops. White pants. White numbers and trim both sides. Stepping back in the box, Alanis. 2 ball, 2 strike count. League City leading by the score of 1-0. Olivides on board over at first as an earned base runner. He collects the first knock of the game for Edinburgh, which, by the way, represents post 101. American Legion post 101 in Edinburgh, Texas. Twin deuce is the count. Jake Elias signals and deals from the deck. Swinging and missing for strike 3. It's going to take just a little bit of time, but Jake will collect his first K. I don't think that'll be his last. Wow. As you could hear that glove smack into, or that ball smack into Longoria's glove. Big fastball. Alec Lamar, catcher, his glove got that big popping fastball. And now we bring the catcher for Edinburgh to the plate, J.P. Longoria. For his first plate appearance. He's a 7-hole batter. Heading down to second. They might have nailed him. No, they did not. That was a nice gun down 2-6 to short as Alec Lamar out to Garrett Poston. Swipe tag applied, but not in time. So Olivides is not caught stealing. And manages to swipe the keystone to put the first runner of the game for Edinburgh in the scoring position. Longoria at the plate for Edinburgh with a 1-0 count. Here is the big kick from Jekyll. That's a good slider, just going in for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Sun is now peeping through. And Coach Ronnie Oliver was right. We're going to get this one in, no problem. 92nd, Jacob deals from the deck. 4-seam fastball right down the pipe. I'm not sure League City Police could have caught that and issued a speeding ticket. That's a pretty good fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jacob's got some heat. Got 2 away. Lake City leading 1-0. Here's the kick. Down low for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, if he can arrive at the plate, is pitcher Alex Canal, who bats at the 8th hole. Looking out the second, Jekyll will deal again, connected on. Taken by Snyder on a dead run, off balance throw in time by Petrie to retire Edinburgh. So Edinburgh will settle up the bottom of the second inning of play with no runs, 1 hit, 1 young man left on board. Moving out to the top of the third inning of play, and it's still League City 1 and Edinburgh sitting on the Schneider.
For Edinburgh in the bottom of the second inning.
No
runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. At the end of 2 innings,
And
City won.
they include Ann Brennan State Farm Insurance right here in Lake City. Phone 281-332-0568. Ann Brennan State Farm is my agent. Why don't you make her yours? Ann Brennan State Farm Insurance has been in business now for more than 20 years in Lake City. Out near Clear Springs High School, 518 West. From 281-332-0567. Rhonda Floyd Photography. Phone 281-381-8019. RhondaFloydPhotography.com. Her husband is Coach Chris Floyd of the Clear Springs Charger baseball team. She's proud to salute Post 554 on a job most very well done. I'll take this opportunity to thank Stanton's Grocers over in Alvin. Paul Stanton and the staff proud to suit all of our area youth. And it goes without saying, we also thank Doyle Swindell, 89 years young. He's out there at Ron Carter in Clear Lake. And it's one of the largest dealerships in the greater Houston area, and we're definitely proud of all of our area youth on a job most very well done. Hello. What? Yes, sir. I did. Okay, it's in your name.
Center fielder Jack Kelly.
Okay. Okay. Stepping up to the plate for thank you. For League City, with the pitch coming in, inside fastball will be ball 1 to Jack Kelly. Jack Kelly, that's a good name for a 2-hole batter. And high school or any other kind of baseball. We got Jack Kelly at the plate. Struck out in his first plate appearance. Canal on the mound with a big kick. Next pitch is going to be a little bit south of Saskatoon for ball 3 now. Canal falling behind just a skosh. He's throwing quickly, not taking a lot of time between offers. So we have a 3-0 count. Here's the full windup. Swinging. There's a long fly ball into left field. Coming in on a dead run to bring it in will be Eric Vega. That'll be out number 1. F7 Express.
1 out. Bring us to the plate. First base.
Bring up the wood hole.
Denicola.
The beginning of the wood hole. 3, 4, and 5 holes. 3 spot is going to be Harrison Denicola. Grounded out the second in his first plate appearance. Both teams have 1 base knock betwixt them, but League City's got 1 run. Pitch coming in is low and outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. On deck is Jordan Gunter, who flew out the center in his first one. Denicola grounded out the second in his first trip, swinging, gets a little bit of piece of the ball and junks it back for a foul poke for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count.
We're on the air.
Okay. 1-1 is the count. Stepping back up into the ball. I really like the way that American Legion, a real class looking uniform here. This is nice. Good red, scarlet red color. The color of the United States Marine Corps, scarlet. That's what they're wearing for the jerseys. It's a nice looking jersey. You never say red to a Marine, it's always scarlet. Full wind up and kick. The pitch coming in, connected on. That's pasted foul over the left side. Stay alive, strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And what a difference just an hour makes. Southeast Texas. We've got us the sun shining. Makes you feel like we've gone back in time. Maybe it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No dice. It's getting close to 7. Here's the 2-2. Swinging. That's pasted foul over the right side. Again, a stay alive strike. Harrison Denicola. Both pitchers are battling each other pretty handily. A minimum of strikeouts between them. Jekyll for League City has got 1 strikeout. 2 strikeouts for Canal, but he's given up a run and a hit. Connected on, ground ball chopper over to second. Mishandled, picked back up, thrown to first, 4-1. It was a nice job by Rudy Ibanez on over to E.J. Allen to retire Harrison Denicola. And that's the 2nd straight time Denicola's been retired by
brings
ground
up
balls.
the designated hitter, Jordan Gunter.
We now bring the DH to the plate, Jordan Gunter, who bombed out to center in his first plate appearance. Gunter is built just like a 4-0 batter. Looks like he comes right off the offensive line of his high school football team. And all deals from the deck. Swung on and missed will be a strike one. He's got a nice swing. Comes around like Joe DiMaggio. Nice right-handed batting swing. But it's a miss. That's strike 1. 0-1. Big kick and pitch. It'll be down low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. We've got 2 outs. We welcome you to the top of the 3rd inning of play. It's 1-0. League City. Big kick in the pitch, and it's coming in. It's upstairs for a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. If he can arrive at the plate, John Snyder will bat up. He made it all the way to 3rd and scored the only run of the game so far on a passed ball. And he walked in his first plate appearance. Swinging, that's going to be pasted foul over the left side. And we stay alive, strike 2 and 2 balls. What a wonderful tradition. American Legion baseball has been for youngsters, not only to have fellowship in the off-season, do something really productive and play high school summer league baseball, if you will, but carry on a tradition of commemorating veterans. That's what the American Legion is all about. It's a wonderful tradition, and we're awfully proud to be here. I've got a full count now. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. It's at least a 90, 100-year tradition. Here's the payoff coming in. That's going to be ball 4, and big Jordan Gunter heads to first with a base on ball. Now the thing about Canal, it's gotten himself into a little trouble already because it caused him to load the bases the last time.
3rd baseman John Snyder.
That is now his 3rd walk issued to go with a hit by pitch, so that's 4 total free passes that he's issued. And now we bring John Snyder to the plate in a 5-hole, walking his first plate appearance. First pitch comes in is going to be a called strike 1, low and in corner. We go all the way back to 1926 with American Legion baseball. I'll have you know that the state champion in 1926 for American Legion ball was Decatur, Texas. The Aider from Decatur. Yes, sir. Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys. We got to go back a ways to remember that one. 1-1. Yes, sir. Bob Wills and the Texas Plain. Pitch coming in, it's going to be upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Got a Decatur, Alabama, a Decatur, Arkansas. I think he's not
Illinois.
and a Decatur, Illinois. They're not talking about that one.
Yeah, probably not.
Here's the 2-1. Swinging, there's a high poke over the right side. Well, shoot a potato. Comes off the net, caught by the first baseman, but it is not the kind of a grab that will cause John Snyder to be retired with a putout. He's still at the plate. The 2-ball, 2-strike count. Slightly open batting stance. This kid is a wicked hitter. Swinging, pace it over the left side. 2-2. And hats off indeed to the American Legion for producing a really nice program that makes me look like I know more than I actually do. But I'm learning and loving every bit of information. As state champions have been posted from all over Texas in the last 90 years in American Legion baseball. This is the 90th year. Pitch coming in will be down low for a ball. So we've got 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away. And let's see if Snyder can get the batter's payoff. League City leads 1-0. And a little postcard sent over to first by Canal to let Gunter know that he's thinking about him. Payoff being prepared on the mound by Canal. Canal has kind of slowed down his pace between deliveries. Connected on. There's a screaming line drive into right center. It's going to take one bounce, fielded at center. Snyder will hold up with a powerful single and a humpback line drive into center. And heading over to third now with runners at the corners will be Jordan Gunter. So Snyder now presents himself on base as an earned base runner. He came in with the only run of the game, an unearned run in the top of the second inning of play. Now at the plate is Garrett Poston, who singled in his first plate appearance and collected the first hit of the game for either team. Nine first, 9 third. Canal deals from the deck, swinging. That's going to be a long fly ball into left center. It's going to land, fielded at center. Coming in for run number 2 is going to be Gunter. And we've got another gapper. This time to the left of the center fielder. And that's 2 successive.
Brings to the plate the right fielder, Cody Plowman.
And League City brings in 2 runs on 2 hits. Quicker than you can say Bob's your uncle and Betty's your aunt. And we've got Cody Plowman at the plate. Walked in his first plate appearance. League City leads 3-0. Once again, John Snyder's over at third to see if he can get a green light to serve up run number 4 at the hot plate. He's at the hot corner right now. Running in the corners, Canal dealing from the deck. It's outside for a ball. Edinburgh, Texas, at post 101. They've come a long way to this tournament, and they put the state championship location all around the state. It happens to be League City's venue. It was last League City's turn about 5 years ago. Connected on, goes over to short. A quick 4-3 is just in time from Ibanez to Alanis to accomplish 2 things. 1, to keep Snyder from scoring run number 4, and 2, to retire League City in this top of the 3rd inning of play. But League City post 5:54.
In the top of the 3rd, League City scored 1 run on 2 hits.
Brings in
No errors and 2
1
left
run on
base.
2 hits, and
In the 2.5 innings, our score is League City 2.
the score is 2-0. Seemed like we had more runs than that. That's going to be 2-0 League City. As we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning of play, Edinburgh will bat up. Their 8, 9, and 1 holes, 1, 2, 3 spots this spring. It'll be Canal, who bats for himself as pitcher. Eric Vega in the 9 hole. They'll make their first plate appearances in this game. Then J.C. Flores will bring it back up to the top again for Edinburgh. It's 2-0. League City Post 554 as we thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen, and they include Empkin Linton Funeral Home over in Texas City. Empkin Linton has been in business since 1911. We're celebrating 105 years of service and family helping families in their time of need. It's Strickland Chevrolet. Strictly speaking, we've been in business since 1955. And C.L. Strickland, the son of the founder, proud to know that we would country before country was good, and proud to salute all of our area young people on the job well done. Strickland Chevrolet, phone 281-997-5100. Edna Sestra Jewelers, located over in Alvin, has been in business since 1950. And old Dave Necessity considers it a necessity that you come out and make sure that you shop. The holidays coming up later this year. Am I already talking about Christmas? I'll tell you what, you turn that corner in the middle of the year,
Leading off
and
for
gets in toward
Edinburgh,
August, my
bottom
gosh, the
third,
whole
we
thing
pitched
starts on a
Alex
banana
Newman.
peel right down to Christmas time. But Necestra Jewelers in Alvin is the place to go. Stepping up to the plate is Alex Canal, the pitcher. Big tall kid in the port side box. He bats left, throws left. First pitch is going to be pasted back foul for strike 1. Nothing and 1 is the count. League City leading by the score of 2-0. 2 runs on 3 hits. And no runs yet for Edinburgh. They've got 1 base knock. That's going to be pitch number 2 coming in. It'll be ball 1, strike 1. Jake will kind of taking it slow and easy out there. He got a slow windup and a wicked whip scorpion stinging fastball. That one almost gets past the catcher, makes a nice grab. Alec Lamar settles back up behind the dish. Here at beautiful Mallory Field. Stretch and pitch. Gillette shaving moment upstairs for Canal, who has a goatee, and that might have taken a couple of razor flicks off that. That was pretty close. Brushbacker 3-1. Full wind-up stretch and pitch. Into the attic will be ball 4, and Canal will get a free Wednesday night garden pass down to first and present a base runner for Edinburgh. They need runners, they need hits. Stepping up to the plate now is going to be Eric Vega in the 9 hole, wearing number 10. He's the left fielder for Edinburgh, Texas. Got a crouched batting stance, stands back both deep and far in the box from the plate. Here's the rock upstairs into the attic as he had gone into a pivot bunt stance, retracted the bat just in time, but it sizzled into the attic for a ball. 1-0 is the count. They go back out on the mound. Both of these pitchers have been pretty much going the distance so far. We're only in the 3rd inning, bottom of the 3rd to be exact. Next offering comes right down Highway 3 in League City. For a strike 1 call, 1 and 1 count. Massaging that strike zone. Vega looking for his pitch, and here is the rock. Nice to be down over 2 and 1. Game just kind of taking its paces and moving right along. Snyder shading him very shallowly in 3rd because he's going into a pivot bunt stance, and he drops one into the infield, scooted up by Jekyll. The throw to first, 1-3 in time, but the sac bunt worked to perfection to present Canal out of second. By the way, in AL, All-American Legion, most times the pitcher will bat for him or run for himself, and that's what Canal is doing. He's out on second. Or not out at second. He's out on second.
J.C. Flores.
Sacked over by Vega. So there's 1 away, and that will bring 1-hole batter to the plate, J.C. Flores, to begin the 2nd team batter run. Big kick and pitch coming in, connected on ground ball chopper over to second. Reyna's got it. Throw over to first. Just in time to Dinicola. But for the second time, 2 sacrifices, and we push the runner into deep scoring position. That's Canal over third. And we bring Rudy Ibanez to the plate, who walked in his first plate appearance and was left stranded. Ibanez looks like he goes all of 100 pounds soaking wet, but he hits 4 times his body weight. Canal at third, looking for a green light to come in. First pitch down low for a ball. 1-0. Coach Ronnie Wolf, that's a good man coming up the staircase over there. He's got a lot of kids from Santa Fe playing for post 554 here. Big kick, 1-0 upstairs for the Colts. 2 balls and no strikes. So glad you all have joined us this afternoon. Our engineer Paul Daly is furtively looking down at the concession booth here. We've got some world-class looking nachos and cheese and all kinds of other goodies, and he's looking to get down there at his first opportunity. Nothing like coming out to a high school ball yard. And an American Legion one even better. 2-0, 2 away. 2-0, League City. Here's the stretch. That's upstairs for a ball. That's one of Coach Wolf's sons who's helping him. Coach, coming up. 3-0 is the count. We've got a crippled count, but Canal at third. Here's the pitch down low. That's going to be ball 4. And now with runners at the corners, Edinburgh, with 2 away, has an opportunity to try to get off the Schneider. As 3-hole batter Carlos Morales steps up to
2
the plate.
outs and runners at the corners brings up right fielder Carlos Morales.
I'll tell you about Morales. This kid can hit. He slugged a screaming line drive that was just barely taken down by Dinicola at first, and a circus catch in the infield. That was really something. Sizzler. So this kid can really slug a mean knock. We have runners at the corner. Second is open. 2 away. Canal is the lead runner at third, trying to get a green light to come in. Gets 2-0. League City in the lead over Edinburgh, who is simply trying to get off of the exit goose. Connected on. There's a ground ball that's into right field, a seeing eye grounder at that. And I told you the kid can hit, and he did. And he just slugged in an RBI to get Edinburgh off the Schneider. And coming into the pay station is pitcher Alex Canal to give us a 2-1 ball game now. And runners at
First and second.
scoring position at second, and now over at first. So Ibanez is out at the Keystone, Morales at first, and that brings us 4-hole batter Luis Ortega, who grounded out to second in his first plate appearance. Coach Ronnie Oliver got to be proud of his team thus far with a big 17-9 victory at 9 o'clock this morning. And they're holding their own right now against another of the state's best, Edinburgh. It's 2-1, League City. Beautiful ball field here, maintained by Clear Creek Wildcat baseball coach Brent Konefke, who's one of the all-time greats. Running to first and second. Full wind-up stretching pitch connected on. That's pasted foul over the right side. And nothing in one is the count. We got 2 away. Well, you look left, you look right, you look down, and suddenly, presto, changeover crowds are really starting. This state quarterfinal contest between Edinburgh and Post 554. CMC Broadcasting will be back at 6 p.m. tomorrow with the state semifinal contest. Swung on and missed is going to be strike 2. Our own hopes are that Post 554 will post up another successful outing. League City Post 554 is the defending state champion from last year, 2015. Here's the big kick from Jekyll. He pulls the string on a changeup upstairs, and expecting a fastball was Ortega. Turned on it and missed, and that's the second strikeout of the game for Jekyll. Sometimes it's not how many strikeouts you get, it's when you get them.
For Edinburgh in the bottom of the third,
inning like
one
that.
run
So,
on one hit, there were no errors.
1 run,
2 men left on base.
1 hit, no errors on the part of League City. We've gone now through 3 complete innings of play, about a third of the way through a 9-inning contest. And League City still leads by the score of 2-1 over Edinburgh. Thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen. And they include a special effort that can be made to help young ladies especially gain confidence in learning how to use a firearm with gun training. Licensed adult gun training, or Buddy's Gun Training, which is conducted over in Pasadena on Nebraska Street in South Houston. Call Buddy Fobion at 832-329-9439. Buddy Fobion is a former CIA representative and agent, but he can offer certified handgun training to young ladies especially that are 21 or older. That's 832-329-9439. We'll take this opportunity also to very much thank my good friend Johnny White. Johnny White State Farm Insurance at 549 FM 270 or Egret Bay Boulevard. And I'll tell you what, when you go see Johnny White, there's a lot of times egrets right outside his office. They'll welcome you in to get that Texas windstorm policy, life, home, life, health, fire, auto, and windstorm from 281-333-5050. Johnny White has been in business for 45 years. Over there, Egret Bay Boulevard, Johnny White State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there for you. Johnny White is there for you. First pitch sinks down below the border for ball one. 1-0 is the count to Alec Lamar. Connected on, there's a fly ball which may leave the building, but it will go foul of the pole on the left side. Lands in the corner. That'll be strike one to go with 1 ball. Lamar hit an infield pop. Was taken down by shortstop Ortega in his first plate appearance. 1-1 is the count. It is 2-1 League City. 2 runs on 3 hits for League City. 1 run on 2 hits for Edinburgh. Canal on the mound beginning his 4th inning of work. Next pitch is going to be a called strike 2. 1-2 is the count. We've got no outs. It's going to be Lamar, Reyna, and Adams batting up in the 7 or 8, 9, and 1 holes, 1, 2, 3 spots this spring. On deck is, in fact, Dave Reyna, who flew out with a screaming blue dart out to center field in his last plate appearance. That's going to be a call strike 3. And working that corner pretty handily is Canal, who's not intimidated by the fact that his team is having a little bit of problem against League City, but it's 2-1. League City holding on to a 1-run lead. It was Canal himself who made it all the way to third and came into the pay station as he was RBI'd in by Morales. First pitch comes in, that's going to be ball 1. 1-0 is the count. Again, Reyna popped out to center in his first plate appearance. Here's the big kicking pitch. Connected on, Big Bill Chopper, fielded it short. Long throw, 120 feet or so, and just nails Reyna. That's our first 6-3 ground out of the game. And we've got a quick 2 away, which brings us back up to the top of the batting order. And Austin Adams, who's been hit by a pitch and struck out, so he's technically over. Adams bats up from the left side in erect batting stance. First pitch comes in to be a call strike one. Stands straight up with no hits to the knee. and he's pretty close to the batting box. Next pitch coming in, or to the plate, I should say, but he's back deep in the box. That's a good place to handle a fastball pitcher. Not a good place for a junk ball pitcher, though, because that when you're back deep in the box toward the umpire, it gives the curve a chance to curve a little more. But he gets a hold of that one with a long fly into left center, and coming over to pull it in. Almost with a collision out there, but the curse of the Chipmunks did not prevail that time. And Eric Vega sidestepped center fielder J.C. Flores to make a nice
scored no runs on no hits. There were no errors. Nobody left on base.
to retire League City.
At the end of 3.5, our score remains.
So we've
League
now
City
gone
2,
through
Edinburgh 1.
3 complete innings to make that 3.5 innings. 1, 2, 3. 3 up and 3 down for League City that time. No runs and no hits. Nobody left on board. We move now to the bottom of the 4th inning of play for the homestanding Edinburgh All-Star team. They will bat up the 5, 6, and 7 holes, 1, 2, 3 spots this morning. It'll be Willie Oyervides, E.J. Alanis, and J.B. Longoria. Oyervides singled in his first plate appearance. Alanis struck out, and Longoria bounced out to third. Thank you all for tuning in. Charles McCullough here, along with Paul Daly, CMC Communications Broadcasting. Sponsors make our broadcast happen. They include the DeMontron Gulf Freeway, as Melissa DeMontron will be the first to tell you it's definitely DeMontron. I want to take this opportunity indeed to thank McLean Boat Trailers. We manufacture our own brand of trailers.
Yes, sir.
And Britain McLean. They call him Great Britain in the whole country. Britain McLean.
Okay.
And McLean Boat Trailers, he's carrying on the family tradition founded by his grandfather Leon way back in the late 40s. And Britain McLean and McLean Boat Trailers specialize, especially in the summertime, in great trailers that help pull boats and yachting vessels all up and down the Texas coast and South Louisiana. Phone McLean Trailers at 713-675-2761. Leading off for Edinburgh will be Willie Oyervides. First pitch down low for a ball.
Leading off for Edinburgh in the bottom of the 4th. Third baseman Willie Oyervides.
On deck is E.J. Alanis. He struck out in his first plate appearance. Jekyll begins his 4th inning of work. He's got 2 strikeouts. He's given up 2 hits and 1 run. His team is in the lead. League City, 2-1 over Edinburgh. Wide open batting stance in that right-handed box. Next pitch comes in connected on ground ball chopper. Snyder's got it. Off balance throw to first just in time. Well, that's an all-star performance at the hot corner. Snyder gloves it and guns it. Oyervides is retired. Nobody would have faulted Snyder had he
With
somehow
one out,
not
brings
been
to the
able to
plate.
retrieve that.
First baseman
But he
E.J.
did.
Alanis.
Did a fine job. Played third for Coach Ronnie Wolf's Santa Fe Indians. And he's going to be a Dolphin at Alvin Community College. Pitch coming in, swinging, pasted up over the left side foul. Is number 19 at the plate, E.J. Alanis. He fanned in his first plate appearance. On deck is Longoria, and he grounded out to third in his first trip. Standing back deep in the box, Jekyll slowly delivers a whip-cracking fastball. Got a real deceptively slow windup. Man on hit release, watch out. It's a big train coming. 1-1. That's going to pop. You can hear the pop of that fastball up here. It can escalate a little higher than 90 on occasion, I'm sure. So Alanis with a 2-1 is awaiting the 4th pitch. Here's the next offering. That'll be upstairs for ball 3. That's the one other aspect of Jekyll out on the mound. They have a tendency every now and then to fall behind, but then he'll feel it back up. Alanis awaits the next pitch. Here is the rock. That's going to be called strike two. That's what I'm talking about. Jekyll kind of takes his time, but he'll come back and fill the count back up. So let's see if Jekyll can get a payoff pitch on a right 32 count. He's got 2 strikeouts. He throws like he should average a few more than that per game. He probably averages about 8 to 9 strikeouts in most circumstances. He could start lighting it up here. Here's the next pitch, and I guess he just did. So he gets the pitcher's payoff there. That's the second time in a row he spanned Elanese. We're in a 2 strikeout
With
call.
2 outs, brings to the plate.
That's going to bring
JP Longoria.
Longoria, the catcher. Grounded out to third in his first plate appearance. Kind of a stoutly built youngster. Not too tall, but built for power. Nobody's on base. We got 2 outs. Stretch and pitch. Nice curve. Hooks in. That's it. Uncle Charlie's so nice, even Aunt Martha liked it. It'll be strike 1 call. Nothing in 1. That's the thing. Jekyll will insult you with a fastball, and every now and then he'll bring in that junk pitch. He got some fastball, but it came screaming in at a high velocity. 1-1 the count. Lake City leading by the score of 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. What will be a 9-inning contest. Good kind of lazily moving along here. Next pitch outside for ball 2. CMC Communications, CMC Broadcasting will be here for the 6 p.m. legs in the next 2 days, and Saturday if necessary. Here is the 2-1. Swinging, that's pasted over the right side foul, and strike 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The manager for Edinburgh is Eddie Franco, and the coach is Manny Ibarra from Edinburgh, Texas. 2-2 connected on, fouls over the right side. Stay alive, strike 2 and 2 balls. Deuces all across the board. A 2-2 count, 2 away, and League City leads by the score of 2-1 as they go toe to toe with Edinburgh. Bottom of the 4th. And here is the 2-2 Express. Down low for ball 3, and once again, Jekyll builds it up. The thing about Jekyll and that easy delivery has got it favors him to be able to throw what he already has done, and that's a whole bunch of pitches. I can't be sure, but I'll bet he's scaled higher than 60 pitches already. Here's the stretch. That's going to be a call. Strike 3. Yep. Something told me that this kid was starting to heat up like a Coleman camping stove. And that's just about what he's done, as he's now in the last 4 batters' faces struck out.
On base at the end of
So
complete.
we got 3 up and 3 down this time for Edinburgh. And no runs and no hits, no errors absolutely for City. We move down to the top of the 5th inning of play, and Lake City holds a 2-1 lead. It would behoove them to kind of swell that lead up just a little bit, as we thank our underwriters without whom we couldn't be on the air, and they include all of the staff at Dixie Safe and Lock. The heart of Dixie, in the heart of Houston. We've been here since 1943. Dixie Safe and Lock. Jason White carrying on a family tradition of excellence. Call 713-643-5767. My favorite Dixie Safe and Lock story is that a lady over on Ballport Peninsula during Ike had a Dixie Safe and Lock combination safe which was washed offshore, fell into 35 feet of water. They retrieved it, came back up with it, and everything was still safe and sound inside. It was waterproof, and it had been down there for 2 weeks. That's Dixie Safe and Lock. 713-643-5767. And we also want to thank Wood Forest National Bank, one of my favorite people of all time, Dr. Gerald Cobb, who's also 90 years old. There's a lot of 89 and 90-year-olds running around in here kicking tail over. Dr. Cobb is the president of Woodforest National Bank. So proud that both are veterans and also all of our youngsters playing in American Legion ball.
Leading off for Lake City in the top of the 5th inning, center fielder Jack Kelly.
And of course, Woodforest National Bank is an equal housing lender, a member of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Okay, stepping up for League City now is Jack Kelly. Pivot bunt stance, a little popcorn puff in the infield, but the catcher scoots right on out Longoria. And it's not long before Joey Longoria pulls that in, and it'll be out number 1.
With the one out, brings up first baseman
Score that F2.
Denicola.
And we now welcome Harrison Denicola to the plate. He was grounded out to second twice. 0 for 2, but this kid can turn the stick. He's got a good slugging percentage as well, and here is the stretch and offering from Canal connected on. Could be a gapper. Nope, left fielder comes in, pulls it in. Evans to Betsy. That was nicely handled again by Eric Vega. Out and left for Edinburgh, who's shown a propensity to be able to make some circus grabs in. So from a little left 2 behind home plate or just in front of it,
Runner at first and one out.
we go all the
brings
way
up
out to
the
left
designated
field.
hitter, Jordan Gunter.
And a circus catch by Vega. Jordan Gunter steps up to the plate now. Now he's been retired with a long count of corn to center, and he reached on a walk in his second plate appearance and actually scored the second run of the game for League City, as he was singled in by John Snyder. Or make that Garrett Poston. Oh and 1 is the count. It's 1 away. League City leading 2-1. Here's the pitch. That'll be a called strike 2 now. Nothing in. 2 is the count, as Gunter had fouled off strike 1. Canal is throwing pretty easily as well, but he's given up 2 runs and 4 hits. We're in the top of the 5th inning of play. Calling time. Gunter steps out of the box as another waste pitch comes in. 0-2. We've seen some long home runs hit here at Mallory Ball Field through the years. Whataburger over on the left, beyond the left field wall has had a few milkshakes, received some unknown UFOs landing in them. They all originated from home plate here at the baseball field. I've seen a few of those. So Gunter stepping back up into the box, even batting stance. 0-2. The rod, the pitch, just down low for a ball.
How can you tell? I listened on my phone a few minutes ago. Do you want me to listen some more?
Yeah, so we got 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. It's 2-1. Lake City. Canal eyes first, and here's the full windup stretch of pitch. Swinging, that'll be a little dandelion ground ball chopper over the right side. Good foul ball territory. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a fastball coming into Gunter's wheelhouse, and if he swings it and gets a good gopher swing, because he's liable to go yard. This kid looks like he's got a wheelhouse. And he is the 4-hole batter of record for League City, so he's batting cleanup. Snyder on deck. Here's the pitch to Gunter. That's going to be ball 2 upstairs. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. Full windup, nope, goes over to first for a little stinger. And so 2-2 is the count.
We're on. Was there a problem? No, it's kind of quiet, but I don't. No, we've been on the. Okay, but
Gutter with a screaming line drive over to left field is going to reach with a base knock. Heading down to second is going to be it's Harrison Denicola. And goodness gracious, that's going to be the second base knock as Denicola had reached, and now Gunter reaches with a Mingleruski. It goes right underneath the outstretched glove of the third baseman Olliverdes, and suddenly League City with 5 base hits, 2 in this frame alone, bring up John Snyder to the plate, who's 1 for 1 officially. He walked in his first plate appearance, reached third and scored as he was RBI'd in by Poston, and scored the first run of the game, and then he singled in his second plate appearance. John Snyder, he played third for Santa Fe. Want to know is the count. Here's the pitch coming in. I'll tell you what, I have to thank Paul Daly, our engineer, on his technically challenged designs. I know absolutely nothing about less when it comes to computer systems and the high tech of getting on the air with our live stream, but I was just listening to myself from a minute ago. We got a lag time.
About 10 seconds. Now 7 seconds.
About 7 seconds. 3-0 the count. I think what does that do? It scientifically takes us back in time and actually. It's like meeting yourself in one of those movies with Jean-Claude Van Damme where he sees himself and going back in time. Well, we've got a crippled count. Big City's got runners at the corners. And now deals from the deck. That's going to be a called strike 1. That brings it off the crippled count. Good batting eye for Snyder. John Snyder, this kid's been pretty much the backbone of this team, coming right up into this moment. And now runners at the corners. Here's the full windup. And Snyder walks. And for the second time in this game, League City has loaded the bases, and you know our old saw, which is there's 6 things that can happen. 5 of them do not favor the pitcher when you've got 1 out or less.
With the bases loaded brings up the shortstop.
A hit by pitch, a walk, anything hit to the outfield, a base hit, a passed ball will all produce a run. Mr. Canal needs a double play, a strikeout, or an infield pop. We add another one that can benefit the pitcher. Low wind up and pitch, connected on, ground ball, chopper, scooped up in short. The throw to first may or may not have been in time, but I know one thing, it's an RBI just the same, as Poston is able to bring in Denicola from third, and the League City All-Stars come in with a 3-1 lead. They've scored 1 run per stanza in the top of the second, third, and now the top of the fifth.
Runners at second and third brings up the right fielder.
And we've got 2 away as Poston was gunned down 6-3 by the shortstop. Pitch coming in down low for a ball, so we've got 2 away, but out on second is Snyder. Over at third is big Jordan Gunter. Gunter may not be the fastest team on this League City team, but he has brought in 1 run already. Connected on, that's a base knock right up over the keystone. Gunter brings in run number 4, and here comes Snyder to plate run numero 5. So the League City All-Stars for post 554 post up now a big stanza, 3 runs now in this frame alone, and they do it on 3 knocks. Pretty good stuff.
Runner at first.
Plowman with a
2
bases
outs brings
carrying
up the
single.
catcher, Alec Lamar.
Alec Lamar steps up to the plate. And Canala's getting into a jam. He's going to have to make some marmalade out of it to probably stay in the contest at this point. 5-1 League City. Full wind-up stretch and pitch. That's going to be a called strike 1 to Alec Lamar, the catcher, who's popped up to short. Struck out in his second plate appearance. Well, League City starting to open the spigots up a little bit. the roof starting to cave in. They scored 17 runs in the 9 o'clock game this morning. Here is the, well, man caught between first and second, the gun down, and I think they got it. So that went to 1 to 3 to 6. It got to short, swipe tag applied by Ortega. They went Canal. They caught Plowman with a bad lean. So Canal to Alanis out to Flores, and they catch him stealing. But not before the, and that does retire Clear Creek or the League City. All-Stars here for post 554 in this particular top of the 5th inning of play, but not
For
before.
League City in the top of the 5th
3
inning,
runs
scored
on 3
runs
hits.
on 3
Nobody
hits.
left on board with
No errors, nobody left
Plowman
on
having been
base
caught
at the end.
stealing.
4.5.
So we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning of
League
play.
City, 5.
Edinburgh has 1 run, but the League City All-Stars have a 5-1 lead. Beginning his 5th inning of work is Jason Jekyll back out on the mound. League City to thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen. And they include my friend Mr. Buddy Fobion, who has a specialized handgun training for ladies, especially out at Nebraska Street in South Houston. And you can reach him at 832-329-9439. That's 832-329-9439. I also thank my friends at Battle Rifle Company. Chris and all of the staff at battleriflecompany.com. We provide all of the munitions and hardware for the Webster, League City, and Pasadena police departments. So we're proud to feature Battle Rifle Company as a sponsor of our American Legion.
Come over to the house and plays regularly for a year-old.
Charles McCulley are also thanking our friends at Classic Chevrolet Sugarland, Mark Collin and Dinosaur Don Kerstetter. Dinosaur Don Kerstetter, that's right, he's the T-Rex of Texas Chevrolet dealers.
Leading off for
At
Edinburgh in the
59
bottom right
South,
inning will be the pitcher, Alex Canoe.
281-491-9000. Come on down to Classic Chevrolet Sugarland. Okay, it's going to be 8, 9, and 1 holes leading off 1, 2, 3 spots to this bottom of the 5th inning of play for Edinburgh, and its pitcher Alex Canal at the plate, who walked in his first plate appearance, but he scored the only run of the game as he was finally knocked in by a single. Carlos Morales stepping up to the plate. That was way back in the 3rd inning, though. Next pitch comes in, it's going to be outside for a ball. So 2 balls and no strikes. Canal, tall youngster in his own right. Here's the stretching pitch. That's going to come inside for ball 3. Both pitchers about 6'2", 6'3". Very good fastball, especially Jekyll, who's out on the mound right now. Crippled count. Here's the 3-0. That's going to be a 4-pitch walk. So Canal will reach for the 2nd time, free of charge, with a Wednesday night garden stroll down to first. And that brings Eric Vega
One
to
on
the
and
plate.
nobody out, brings up the left fielder, Eric Vega.
Vega popped up with a little bunt into the infield and was gunned down 1-3, but he sacrificed Canal over to second. Back in the 3rd inning for wind-up stretch and pitch. That's going to be a call to strike 1, nothing and 1 in the count. And in fact, Flores, the next batter, sacrificed Canal over to 3rd and set up that eventual RBI for Morales, who slugged in. Canal for the only run of the game for Edinburgh. Now for League City, gets a 5-1 lead. League City looking to continue and head into the state semifinal rounds tomorrow. We'll be here at 6 p.m. for the next broadcast of American Legion State semifinal baseball. Swinging, that's a nice 6-4 Goff on an attempted fielder's choice, but ineffective as Canal, well, he is gunned down. Very nicely handled. That looked like a Tinkers to Evers to Chance move. Way back in the day, but Garrett Poston gets the big bounce and Betty and drops it over to Dave Brianna, short to second, 6-4, to give us out number 1. And Canal is taken off the base pass with a fielder's choice. And that will bring J.C. Flores, the leadoff batter, to the plate to commence the third team bat around for Edinburgh. First pitch fastball. Come right down Egret Bay
One out,
Boulevard.
one on, that
strike
brings
one.
the top of the order.
Nothing and one is to
Center
count.
fielder J.C. Flores.
And we welcome you to the bottom of the 5th inning of play. Jekyll begins his 5th inning of work. Next pitch comes in. It's going to be a called strike 2. Nothing in 2 is the count. So it'll be Flores, Ibanez, and Morales. 1, 2, and 3 holes now to lead off third team bat around for Edinburgh. Here's the pitch. Gillette shaving moment for young Flores up into the attic. And a little bit of a brush backer for ball 2. Or excuse me, strike? Yeah, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Vega on board over at first with the 6-4 fielder's choice. He reaches. And almost got him with that whip scorpion stinger. Jekyll on over to Dinicola, swipe tag, but just back to the bag in time. It's ready. Charles McCullough here with you, reminding you football season starts in a month. KPRC Houston AM 950, Sports Talk 790, KBME Houston. Coach Biles and I have been there for the last 6 years, spring high school football, working with all-time greats, Ramon, Robles, Big Al Farb, a lot of great people. 1 and 2 is the count. Pitch coming in, it's going to be upstairs into the attic for a ball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We got one away. And just when I'm thinking that it's kind of cool tonight, I'm reminded that we've got ice cold air conditioner right back here, courtesy of Coach Brent Konepke and Clear Creek Wildcat baseball team. Next pitch down low for a ball. Morbidly obese people like myself need all that AC, let me tell you. So we got a full count now, 3 and 2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Morbid obesity has its privilege. In the case of yours truly, here's the next offering, swinging into the infield, scooped up Snyder. We go 5-4, and the fielder's choice, the second in a row that picks off a runner at second. We go with 6-4 now, 5-4. Flores will reach, but gunned down this time is Vega. And now we present Rudy Ibanez to the plate.
With 2 out and 1 home, brings up
Ibanez has
second
yet to
baseman
make
Rudy
an official
Ibanez.
plate appearance because he's walked twice. This is the young man that looks like he goes about 100 pounds soaking wet, but he hits 4 times as good. Here's the stretching pitch outside for a ball. And again, you look down below and around the way, and the American Legion Baseball continues its 90th year of popularity, bringing in a lot of wonderful parents, fans, veterans, all proud of these young kids. Next pitch comes in, fastball, finds its mark. It'll be strike 1 call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got 2 away. It is 5-1. League setting in the lead. Stretch pitch outside, ball 2. And if I've seen Jekyll do this once, I've seen him do it almost every batter he's faced. He falls behind a little bit, takes it a little easy, but boy, he really guns it back now. His strikeout percentage has really come up too. He struck out about half the batters he's faced in the last 6 batters or so. Next pitch comes in. He evens it up at 2-2. And when he really wants to bite down on that fastball, it's almost unstoppable. Eyeing the signals, Jekyll deals from the deck, swinging, missing. That's going to be strike 3, and that will retire Edinburgh, who winds up with no runs, no hits, and 1 youngster left on board. And we move now out of the top of what will be the sixth inning of play. And League City holds on to a 5-1 lead.
There were no errors and one left on base. At the end of 5 games, our score is League City 5 and Edinburgh 1.
And they hold on to that 5-1 lead over Edinburgh. The miracle of a button potentiometer. You can just push it, and before you know it, somebody having a coughing fit is suddenly taken off. Hey, we thank our sponsors, and we thank you for tuning in for these sponsors and our broadcast cabinets. James Crowder Funeral Home. We've been in business in Lamarck since 1959, but since then we've grown. We're now in Dickinson, Pearland, League City, Matt Crowder right down the way. Crowder Funeral Home, family helping families. My family too. And there's not. It's Mark Eichenberry on the staff at Outlaw Handgun Training on 832-423-3702. There's nothing outlaw about our organization. We want to help you learn the proper way to handle guns. Mark Eichenberry, a Vietnam veteran, proud of the American Legion, can be reached at 832-423-3702. These are really nice, real cool looking. 832-423-3702.